I'm here at my Airbnb just outside of the Joshua Tree Park, and I wanted to shoot a video talking about spirituality. Do you listen to synchronicities or not? And what I mean by synchronicities is like situations where you just think about someone and then they call, or a situation where something connects you with another person that you were talking about something and then it shows up right there, and it's kind of do you look at that as something more important in your life to consider following or engaging with or thinking about, does this mean something? Do you look at synchronicities as meaning something or not? And I want to say that I do. I absolutely do. I follow them, and I didn't always do that. There was a time before basically AA when I had to quit drinking, and I smashed my life apart, and then I ended up going in and doing this. At the time it was very skeptical and doubtful experiment of, okay, fine, I'll pray to something. They're telling me you have to pray to a higher power. And so I would experiment with that and do that just because they said to do it, even though I didn't believe anything. I had by that time gotten open to the possibility that at least maybe there could be something going on that I don't understand in the universe, but I didn't actually have this idea that I felt something really could be going on that's affecting us, that creates synchronicities that are kind of like little invisible paths for us to follow in our lives. Like, I was way far away from that. But I started doing all of this mindfulness, spiritual stuff. I started meditating, like crazy deep meditating, and hours at a time. And I started having these experiences where I felt kind of like out of body. I could feel that the voice in my, like the chatter, the commentary, the voice in my head was really gone. And I would sit there, and then all of a sudden I would have what felt like a different voice in my head feeling start saying shit in there. What was that? Like, that was crazy, and nothing that, that's one of like a million kind of things that make you go, that have happened to me as I've been doing this doubtful, skeptical experimentation with spirituality. Here's how I think about it. Whether it is or isn't true doesn't really matter. And this is why I believe that, is because I'm here in this human form, whatever I am. At best what I feel that is that I am consciousness, I am awareness. Because when I sit down and I meditate and I go really deep and I sit there for like an hour and a half or hour, or, however long it takes for me to get to a place where I have complete stillness in my mind and quiet for a long time, it's like I feel like I'm aware of whatever the deepest constant part of myself is, that deep awareness. It's just, you're sitting there, you're not thinking any thoughts, but you're like, boom, like you're present present AF. I don't know why I'm embarrassed to swear on this video, but so like there's this feeling of hyper awareness. You are aware of yourself as awareness. It's almost like the flashlight looking out can see itself back. In that state of being, there's a sense of, oh, I'm not that voice in my head. I'm not Tim. I'm not like my personality self. I'm the awareness. There's a sense of okayness that comes with that, like that I can handle anything if I'm that, because I can just go there. And if it's blissful when you're there, that's a crazy thing, is if you just meditate into that and you get practice being there, it's like no matter what surface things you have going on in your life, and you can have major surface things going on in your life, you can get to a place of bliss behind all of that by learning how to get into that stillness. And so it feels magical. Synchronicities feel magical, even if they're not true. I've found that when I follow synchronicities, the more I follow them, the more I get. What does that mean? That's interesting, right? And they seem to lead somewhere that's always somewhere that I would want to be. And you could say psychologically, something from my subconscious is manifesting a vision through looking for meaning in certain things. But sometimes it's so synchronistic and like hard to say it's a coincidence. Then you have to start saying, what's the most logical explanation? And a lot of times in my situation and from my perspective, from my flashlight looking out, skeptical mind too. My needle tips on the side that there's something going on more than we understand that you can tap into, and there's some I don't even know what to call it, but there's a feeling of other stuff. There's sometimes a feeling of like when I'm in deep meditative states or certain times in my life, I felt like a presence with me of, kind of giving me a feeling of okayness and things like that. And so I don't know. And whether it is or isn't true, I enjoy my life experience a lot more playing with the possibility that it's true and living my life experimenting with it. Even if I'm doubtful, still the experimentation is one hell of a ride. So that for me is enough to keep going with it. And the success and the joys and the things that have come out of it, which are tremendous, are also, really obvious side effects of it. But I enjoy the flowing with the following of the synchronicities that happen in my life and where they take me. I'm going to continue to do that, and that's how I'm rolling. So just thought I'd give a report on that. And God, what a beautiful place! Perfect place here to do that video. So, all right, I'm Tim, and this is Selfless Awakening. Cheers.